Let's jump right into today's explainer, where we're breaking down a step-by-step blueprint for turning everyday AI tools into a fully automated digital media hub. Let's be real for a second. So many of us are constantly playing around with artificial intelligence, right? We tweak prompts, we generate some cool images, but then we just kind of hit a wall. Figuring out how to actually pull tangible value from it is tough. Well, if you've been trying to bridge that massive gap between just messing around and actually building a sustainable digital asset, you are in the perfect place. We're going to map out exactly how to make that leap.
So we need to kick things off by completely shattering a huge misconception that holds so many people back. When most folks hear AI, they picture a glorified chatbot, something to answer basic trivia or maybe write a polite email to your boss. But honestly, if you're only using AI to draft emails, you are leaving serious money on the table. The source material we're analyzing today reframes this entire concept. AI isn't just a chat interface. It is quite literally the ultimate accessible engine for building hands-off business workflows and continuous income streams.
And the source challenges us right out of the gate with a really provocative concept. Is it actually possible to build a profitable digital asset from absolutely nothing? Zero upfront financial investment, zero technical background. Really think about that for a second. That means no coding skills, no venture capital, and you don't even need to be an expert on the topic you choose. It sounds kind of too good to be true, doesn't it? Well, let's unpack the reality behind this claim and see how this blueprint functions in the real world.
To do this, our playbook breaks down into 5 straightforward phases: the Media Hub opportunity, building your brand setup, the AI content engine, securing digital real estate, and finally, 7 ways to monetize. Let's jump straight into Phase 1, the Media Hub opportunity.
The Google Keyword Planner data provided in the source tells a pretty incredible story. We're seeing search terms like visa and immigration pulling in anywhere from 10,000 to 100,000 monthly searches, while still somehow sitting at low competition. But get this, queries for a free AI video generator pull in a staggering 100,000 to a million searches, and that also carries a low competition rating. This combo of super high search volume and low competition is literally the golden ticket for a new business. It proves beyond a doubt that there's a massive, untapped demand out there, and hungry audiences are actively looking for clear, organized info in these specific niches.
Taking Pakistan as a case study from our source, we find the absolute perfect demographic sweet spot. 59% of the population sits squarely in that prime 15 to 64 age bracket. Think about who this user is for a second. This is an incredibly active, ambitious demographic. And what are their 2 main driving interests? Staying ahead of tech trends, like figuring out new AI tools, and exploring ways to travel, study, or work abroad. They're actively looking for pathways to upgrade their lives. By aligning your content directly with what this massive group wants, you're essentially locking in a highly motivated audience from day one.
The whole point here is solving a really frustrating problem: the absolute lack of centralized, authentic information. Just think back to the last time you tried to look up visa requirements. You probably went down this massive rabbit hole of outdated forums, confusing government sites, and blogs that completely contradicted each other. People are desperately searching for this info, but it's scattered everywhere. By creating a dedicated media hub, which is just a single, reliable platform that updates daily, you cure that headache. You become the go-to destination. And the absolute best part? Running this requires zero startup capital and barely any daily effort, all because AI is doing the heavy lifting behind the scenes.
Moving right along to Phase 2, building your brand setup.
So, establishing your digital presence is the next big milestone. This is all about getting your brand set up uniformly across Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and Twitter. Now, you might be thinking you need an expensive design agency or weeks of agonizing over a whiteboard to pull this off. You absolutely don't. Using entirely free tools, you can knock out a unified identity in 4 simple steps. Think of ChatGPT as your free creative director. Just ask it for a catchy, unique niche name, something like AI Hub or Visa Central. Then head over to Canva. That's your free graphic designer. Grab a free logo template, customize the colors to fit your vibe, hit download, and boom, you instantly have a cohesive professional brand identity ready for all your social accounts.
Next up is Phase 3, the AI content engine.
With the brand set up and looking razor sharp, it's time to actually fuel it. And we're going to rely completely on AI to generate your pictures, your videos, and your written posts. The secret sauce for high-quality output here is the precision of your input. For example, If you prompt ChatGPT with, "Give me complete info of Canada visitor visa with picture," it gives you an instant, comprehensive breakdown. Instead of you wasting hours cross-referencing temporary visas, study permits, and costs, the AI structures the whole thing perfectly. It outlines requirements, lists pros and cons, and formats the entire output so it's ready to get copied and pasted straight into a social media post. Hours of manual research instantly condensed into seconds.
But honestly, why on earth would you stop at just one language or one format? This is where the strategy scales brilliantly. You take that exact same English output and ask the AI to translate it into Urdu, Spanish, or whatever language fits your target audience. From there, you pair that translated text with free AI voiceover tools. And by the way, if you haven't heard them lately, these AI voices sound incredibly human now. The robotic text-to-speech days are long gone. You use these tools to pump out fully automated audio-visual YouTube Shorts and TikToks. Just like that, from one single text prompt, you're generating high-quality multimedia at scale, exploding your global reach, and you're doing it all without ever stepping in front of a camera or buying a mic.
Which brings us to Phase 4, securing digital real estate.
You really have to consider the massive success of a platform like Futurepedia here. This case study is practically the ultimate proof of concept for this entire explainer. Futurepedia became this incredibly lucrative, highly visited site just by organizing info about other AI tools. They didn't invent any complex tech, they didn't write a single line of software code. Instead, they saw that scattered information problem we talked about, and they solved it by becoming the definitive directory. They simply curate the pros, cons, and pricing of tools and pair it with a related YouTube channel. Curation, not creation, is the absolute secret to their success. And the beauty of this blueprint is that you can replicate that exact curation model for visas, software updates, or whatever niche you decide on.
But here's the catch. If you only rely on social media to host your hub, you're leaving yourself incredibly vulnerable. Algorithms change, accounts get flagged, or someone else could just buy up your brand's domain name once you start getting popular. To stop that from happening, the source strongly advises taking total ownership of your digital real estate. They recommend grabbing a custom domain through a hosting platform like Hostinger, and then just letting their integrated AI tool automatically build the initial site structure for you. It's super fast, requires zero technical skills, and the source even points out that using the code Mr. How gives you a 20% discount. So locking down your brand is actually incredibly affordable.
All right, finally, we arrive at Phase 5, 7 ways to monetize.
This is the climax of our explainer, where we see how this entire automated workflow actually turns into real, tangible revenue. Let's walk through these 7 powerful income streams. You start off relatively simple with standard social media monetization and basic website ads. But as traffic flows, you bring in affiliate links, like recommending the AI voice generator 11 Labs to your audience and taking a cut of their subscription. As your hub's authority skyrockets, you open the door to huge direct sponsorships. If you're in the travel niche, that could mean sponsored trips. In tech, it's VIP event invitations. And at the absolute peak of this structure, you can actually register a formal company to offer high-paying direct expert consultancy to businesses, all based purely on the authority your automated hub built for you.
The growth potential here is truly exponential, and it's vital to understand exactly why. What starts as maybe $5 from basic Facebook post monetization can scale up to $500, or honestly way more, for a single sponsored post. Why? Because you aren't just building some random meme page. You are building a highly targeted audience centered entirely around one specific problem, like immigration or AI tools. Advertisers will happily pay a massive premium to get in front of your viewers because they know every single person looking at your media hub is genuinely interested in that exact niche. Your specific authority equals immense value to those sponsors.
So, we've walked through the exact blueprint, from finding low-competition keywords with massive demand to setting up a brand using AI as your creative team, completely automating the content creation, and finally monetizing that traffic through 7 distinct channels. We started by asking if you could build a profitable digital asset with zero financial investment and zero technical skills. Based on the source material, the answer is a resounding yes. Armed with this complete step-by-step playbook, the only question left to answer is this. The AI is waiting for your instructions. What niche will you choose to build your media empire today?